she's like, it wasn't over. And he says, it wasn't over. It still isn't over. And then he kisses her. I just love, and that's another moment of like, thank God, it's about time you guys got back together. I think the first films I remember watching were, so we had all the like OG Disney cartoons on VHS, and we'd just watch them over and over and over and over again. Beauty and the Beast, we had Lion King, Fox and the Hound was a favourite, but I think my ultimate favourite was Bambi, because Bambi's like this scrawny little thing, and I was quite scrawny when I was a kid, so I was like, maybe I saw a bit myself in little old Bambi. And I think I'm someone who gets quite affected by, like, I cry all the time at films and TV programs and stuff. My partner thinks it's insane. You're not okay in the head if you're not crying at Bambi. I think recently a performance that's inspired me is Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. He plays these like really heightened characters, but manages to make them feel so real and rooted in truth. And I just think it is so impressive to me. So yeah, I'm trying to take a little bit of that from him. I mean, I'm obsessed with Note, but who isn't? But the bit where they've been in the boat, they've just like got met each other again after years of not seeing each other. They've been in the boat, it starts raining, and she gets out and she's like, why didn't you write me? Why? He's like, I did write you, I wrote you 365 letters. Wrote me? Yes. And then she's like, it wasn't over. And he says, it wasn't over. It still isn't over. And then he kisses her. I just love, and that's another moment of like, thank God, it's about time you guys got back together. Yeah, I'd say a memorable moment from Virdee. They were doing this night shoot, and up until then, I'd been filming like quite domesticated stuff, and I hadn't really been involved in like the big crime and stunt stuff. And I thought I'll just stick around and have a look. And we were in the middle of Bradford City Park, which is this huge open, like think of Trafalgar Square. There's 200 extras in riot gear. There's drones flying around, there's helicopter lights, there's like all the crew just like, you know, with their big coats on and wrapping up war in the middle of the night. And in the middle of Bradford City Park is Staz just like grinning like a Cheshire cat. And I just remember thinking, this is epic. This is going to be epic. And it wasn't until that moment I realised the scope of the whole show, and I just was like, oh my God, I felt like a bit of a competition winner being like sat there watching it. I was like, this is great. There was a real buzz in the city, I think, about like what we were doing. People would come out and they'd be like, can we be in it? What's going on? People seemed really happy that we were there and doing it, and you just like, I hope we've done it justice for them basically, because it's such a big, this year is such a big year for Bradford, so you know, we want it to be a good show for them. So a British film everyone should see is East is East.
Lovely.
So I'm from a mixed race South Asian family. My mum's white, my dad's Asian. It was amazing to watch that and go, oh my God, that is literally my family, that's my culture. And I think like it was the only, and maybe still is, like, I can't think of anything else like that represents a mixed race family like that. It's so brilliantly done, the way they navigate the culture clashes of the two families coming together. And just my whole family used to love it, and we'd sit down and watch it and we'd be like, oh my God, it's us. So favourite film soundtrack has got to be Harry Potter. John Williams is a genius, obviously, he does amazing stuff, but there's something about the Harry Potter music, when it comes on, you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, like it reminds you of Christmas, but yeah, it's so epic and it's like this mystical, it just nails it on all fronts. There's so many good like parental figures. Julie Walters' character in Billy Elliot, she plays the dance teacher. My mum's a Geordie, she's a Geordie, so already winning. And I think she just has this amazing, in her very Julie Walters way, she does this thing where she's like so warm but yet like so cutting. Like she says everything she wants to say.
Do it again.
And you will listen to her. I feel like that's kind of similar to my mum, and also just great mum figure. And then dad. So I've gone with Jude Law from The Holiday. I know we all fancy Jude Law in The Holiday. Like, it's, you know, peak Jude Law. We love it.
And you're insanely good looking.
Put that aside. He's just such a lovely dad in that show. Obviously, single dad. And he just, like, he shows a really, like, soft side to parenting. And I just think, yeah, he'd be a lovely dad. They really complement each other. She'd be really tough and he'd probably be crying all the time. For the wardrobe, it's got to be Carrie Bradshaw. I mean, I'm sure everybody says this. The woman just has endless amounts of amazing clothes. I just love how she wears the most ridiculous things at the most inappropriate times. Like, she'll turn up to brunch in a ball gown, or like go for a walk in 6-inch stilettos.
Hello, lover.
And it's just like, yeah, great. I'd love to just be able to do that. I mean, I feel that there's probably quite a few, but one that I'm willing to admit is Jaws.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I know the music, so when people bring it up, I'm just like, okay, smile and nod, smile and nod. It's too late now, I think.